Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to you all today. I hope you have had a pleasant day so far. I am very pleased to welcome you to a brand new session of the Career Transition series organized by the Institute of Product Leadership. My name is Harleen, and I'll be your host for today's session. The Career Transition series is to help you gain insights from individuals who have successfully transitioned into product management or accelerated their careers into product leadership. Um, in today's session, our speaker will share his professional journey and how he accelerated his career to becoming a product leader. Once he's done presenting his insights and sharing his journey with us, we will open up for questions. Please keep your questions ready. You can post them on Zoom in the Q&A section. This session is also being streamed live on LinkedIn and YouTube. So, viewers on these channels, please feel free to post your questions in the comment section and I'll share them with our speaker. Right? All right, then I'd like to kickstart the session by welcoming and introducing today's speaker, Mr. Virendra. Virendra is a strategic product manager with over 14 years of experience driving product success across various industries. He's got a solid background in consulting, business analysis, project management, and software development, which gives him a unique and well rounded perspective on what it takes to build successful products. Currently, Virendra serves as the manager of product management at ACG World. He's passionate about creating impactful, user centric solutions and is here to share his journey, insights, and tips on navigating the exciting world of product management. So, pleased to welcome you this evening, Virendra.
Thank you, Harleen. Good evening to you as well as all the attendees that we have today.
Of course. I've stopped sharing my screen, so the screen is all yours, and you can begin, sharing your journey with us.
Sure. So, good evening, everyone, and thank you for taking out the time to attend this session. And really thankful that you are interested in knowing about me, knowing about my journey, and maybe in ways if I can, try and help you out, maybe in some way or the other, maybe. So, let me start sharing. Let me know if it is visible.
Yeah, Virendra, I can view your screen.
Okay, great. Thank you for the confirmation, Harleen. Again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the session where I'm going to share my career journey currently into product leadership and how I got here, basically. So I'll try to keep it as short as I can, and please feel free to interrupt me or raise your questions in the chat to Harleen so that I can take a pause and maybe try to answer your queries. So the agenda is very simple. I'll just briefly discuss about myself, who I am, how has my journey been so far professionally, and I would also answer how I got into product management. And after that, if you have any questions, I would be very happy to help you all and try and answer all your queries. So, who am I? I am basically at heart, the bottom line is I am a customer advocate. I like to engage with the users of the project or the product that I am working with. I like to gather the feedback either firsthand or whatever reviews that they have shared. And if there are any competitors who are serving similar set of customers, I also want to analyze that. That is how I always want to try and be connected with the customers. And being a customer advocate, when I'm working with any firm or any project or on any other initiative, I always try to be a problem solver. Like, for example, when I was a software developer, I was responsible for reducing the page load times. When I worked as a business analyst, I tried to optimize the workflows for the customers. I have also done and doing, improving the operational efficiencies and also trying to solve business problems as well. And then solving these, it is not a one-man show, right? We always need to collaborate, whether it is the software development team, the user experience team, the quality analysis team. then the marketing, sales, the product leadership, as well as the leadership of the company as a whole. And in doing so, I also need to be a people leader. I have done that in the past, wherein there were people who were directly reporting into me. And right now, and even in the previous roles, we always need to lead cross-functional teams to work on one or the other project, so that we could ensure that whatever that we are working on is out there on time with the best quality. And I have achieved that with the help of some agile frameworks. I had implemented Kanban when I started off as a team manager. I also work in the Scrum methodology to deliver on releases. So this is in a nutshell who I am. And now I'll just give you a brief as to how my journey has been so far. So if you look at this one, this road, this is like a very topsy-turvy ride for me professionally. So I graduated in 2007 as a computer science engineer, and after that I started my career as a software developer with Datamatics. So there I was luckily I got a completely new development project, and I was so fortunate that among a batch of around I think 60 or 70 people, only a few people were picked up to work on new development projects. And it was a great journey because throughout my engineering, I always wanted to be a software developer. But then when working in that company, when working in that role, I came to know or came across a lot of other functions in the IT field, which I was not aware till the time I had started my professional journey. So that is when I decided that I should pursue further studies, and MBA was the next logical step. So I took a career break. I went back to school and I pursued my MBA finance from Pune University's MBA department. After graduating as an MBA student, I started with Systems Plus Solutions as an IT consultant and a business analyst. So there I worked on a couple of consulting engagements and for some other clients as business analysts when they wanted to build out their softwares. After that, after some time, I switched it to Capgemini, and again, it was a similar role as a business analyst. Then I switched to Cornerstone. There I was working as a project manager, business analyst, and also some bit of delivery management. And Cornerstone was a product company. Majority of the product was developed in the US, and we had delivery teams and professional services team in India. And soon enough, I was promoted to a team manager role, and this is where I implemented the Kanban practice. So what it did is it improved a lot of operational throughput of our team, and we were close to around 35 to 40% is what our delivery increased. And the team was also in a self-governing mode. That is when I decided that I need to learn something more and move higher up in my career. That is when I started researching about some other management programs or maybe some correspondence programs. I also talked to a lot of people, my seniors, my mentors, and after a lot of research, a lot of discussion, I came across I've zeroed in on Institute of Product Leadership's ICPM course, and that is when I started in 2020. I completed that in 2021. And since Cornerstone was a product company, post COVID, a lot of their work was being moved to India. So there was an opportunity. I was ready to grab that opportunity, and I was able to transition into the product management team. And after working there for close to 1.5 to 2 years, again, thanks to IPL's Talentathon, ACG came for recruitment, and I was able to shift into a more senior role, which had more responsibilities and a lot more coverage. And that is how I transitioned to ACG into a senior product management role. And currently, I'm here working here since around 9 months or so, and that is how my journey has been so far. As you can see, it is not a straight line. It is all about a lot of turns and a lot of roadblocks that I've hit throughout this road. I have tried a lot of things, and this is just my success journey. So before I move ahead, I just want to take a pause because I have been talking a lot. Just in case if you guys have any queries, then you can shoot it up and I'll try to answer before moving ahead. Do you
Hi
have any
Virendra,
questions?
we've gotten a question in the Q&A section and we also have Divakar who's raised their hand. Divakar, can you just confirm if you want to be able to unmute yourself and ask a question so that I can give you the access or if it's a mistake? Until then, Virendra, we have, um, one second, we have Anupriya who's asked, um, that they have project management experience and what are the challenges one can come across while transitioning to product management and how difficult the transition is. Maybe I think we can take this towards the end when you're done sharing your
Mhm.
journey.
Sure, sure. We
Yeah,
could do
so
that
we
as
can
well.
have an in-depth answer from your end.
Yep,
Yeah, okay, great.
yep. All right. Divakar also had some question. Is he able to um, post it?
I'm not sure they've unraised their hands. I don't know if
Okay.
that was by mistake or what.
Okay,
uh,
sure.
we have Ashwini who has said domain knowledge is mandatory for transition from project manager to product manager role.
Uh, Not necessarily, Ashwini. Because if you see my journey, I started off as a software developer and it was into a complete telecom domain, completely different than what I had studied in my graduation. Then, even after MBA, I was working as a consultant for a US retailer. And then in Capgemini, it was a process management project. Then, when I came to Cornerstone, it was into HR tech, a completely different domain. But I stayed here for a longer time. And when I transitioned into product, it was easier in a way, but I won't say like much because that was not the point that I was grilled upon during the interview process. I went around 6 or 7 interviews that I had given, even to transition internally. But my domain knowledge was not so much tested, but my product management and product sense was tested before I was even selected. So domain knowledge might help, but it does not hold such a huge weightage that if you do not have the domain knowledge, you would not be able to transition. Like for example, even now, I am currently with ACG, I am into the supply chain domain, which is completely different from the HR type. So again, domain knowledge is not so important. It does hold a weightage, but I don't think so. It has got a significant weightage that would be a go or no go decision when you are being interviewed or when you are being compared against different candidates. Does that
Thanks
make
for
sense,
that,
Ashwini?
Virendra. We have quite a few questions coming in.
Okay.
I would maybe we can take them after you're done.
Sure,
With
sure,
yeah. Okay, so yeah.
sure, sure. Okay. All right. So moving ahead, I have got just one final slide to show you how I got into product management and what all helped me get into this role. So when I was working with the ICPM course, there were around 5 modules, and every module had got 2 small assignments and one big assignment. So what I did is, while working on these assignments, I also ensured that whatever topic that I have picked up, I took that topic for each module. Whether it was product management fundamentals, I took the same one when I was designing the user experience. I took the same one while doing the marketing analysis, and I took the same one when we did the matrix analysis. So that way I was able to create a complete story. And what I did is I created all of that and created my own portfolio. And my portfolio is, if you want to view it, it is on this website that I have hosted, that really has helped some of the folks, not many though. But yeah, hopefully it will help you as well if you would want to go through that one, and you would find a complete story. I have all my 15 assignments over there. And with the portfolio, I also worked on some side projects within Cornerstone on Demand itself, wherein the product and marketing team wanted to work on a competitive analysis for a new product that was going to be launched within Cornerstone. So I volunteered over there. I worked with the product managers, and I presented the complete research study to the product leadership. And in doing so, I was also working on the networking aspect. So the best networking that we could do is with the internal colleagues. So this the side project that I worked within CSOT that helped me get to know some of the product managers. Through them, I reached out to their managers and the hiring managers as well, who were located in New Zealand and the US. and I took this opportunity to discuss my assignments as well with them. So while I was working on the assignments from ICPM, I was also discussing the same with these product leaders. So what this did is, these leaders came to know about what I am doing, what I want to pursue, and how I am going ahead with my progress. So I was incorporating their feedback as well, sharing something that I would also want to do with the existing products based on what I have learned. So what happened is, when there was an opening within Cornerstone, the product leadership themselves reached out to me that we have got an opening and we would like you to apply. It was not that it was initiated by me, and really I was so fortunate that I had very good leaders in my current delivery organization as well as the product organization, and my transition was really smooth within the organization as well. And after Cornerstone, there are like multiple LinkedIn communities, a lot of Slack channels, specifically to mention Mind the Product or the Product Folks, TPF. These are good Slack channels, that helps connect a lot of other PMs within the same space. We are able to share a lot of information. And the best thing is the IPL Talentathons, wherein ACG came for recruitment, and I was able to, crack their case study, their interviews, and now I'm into a senior product role here. So this is how my journey was till now, and all of these things helped me get into a product management role as well as grow into this role as well. So yeah, now we can take all your questions.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing your journey with us, Virendra. We have quite a few questions come in. I'll go through them one by one.
Hmm.
Right? We have
Yeah.
Divakar who says, it seems you already did product management certification from Houston and again joined IPL.
Uh, no, Devakar, it's not the case. The IPL course itself is powered by University of Houston's CT Bauer College of Management. So when I do this course via IPL, it is the Institute of Product Leadership plus the University of Houston. That is how the certificate is. You could find the same on my blog as well. You could come to know how that certificate looks. So I think that would be answered.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for that. I think it was just a little, confusion
Yeah.
there. We have Vinay who has asked, do you think an MBA degree would be required to be a product manager?
Mhm. Not really, Vinay, because there are many people who start off, after some time into product. I mean, after working for maybe 2 or 3 years, then they start into product management. They are either engineers or quality analysts or business analysts, or even CSMs. They transition into this role. MBA is really not a necessity to get into a product management. But again, if you are into an MBA college and if a company comes in over there to recruit specifically for PMs, then it would be like, you really have a platform to showcase yourself as a future product manager, and there is a better probability for you to break into PM. But, if you apply directly without any experience or without any college, maybe, uh, I won't say it is not possible, just that the path is a little bit more difficult.
Great. Thanks for
And
that,
Harleen,
Virendra.
we also have Anupriya's question, right? That she
Yeah.
had asked that we had parked for later. I think what she had asked is she is into project management, and how difficult would that be to break into product, right?
Yeah. It
Okay.
was about what challenges one would face while transitioning from project to product and how
Mhm.
difficult the transition would be for someone with prior industry experience but none in product.
Exactly. So I'll give you an answer, Anupriya. It's something like, in India, product management has picked up pace in the past 7 or 8 years or so. Before that, there were not many product managers, or product managers rather even not so matured that you could say that these are the job roles. So coming from a project management background, it gives you an edge to transition into product. Because if I have to say, product management encompasses your project management, your market research, your user research, as well as your prioritization skills. So out of these three, four things, one aspect you already know, the whole project management, the how part. What you want to figure out is what part and the why part. So how would you do that, and how do you showcase that in the interviews is what is important. So that is where the interviewers call it the product sense. If you are able to showcase that and nothing like it, and your project management definitely does give you an edge because you already have that delivery experience. You know how to get things done. Now you just need to understand what things that you have to make so that you could implement your project management knowledge. Make sense, Anupriya?
We have Sagri Gupta who has asked, I just wanted to know if HR people can do a product management transition. Will people accept it in the market and if there are any opportunities in the market?
Yes, definitely, definitely. I mean, there is no entry barrier to product management as such, as because this is like many people try to term this as a mini CEO. You don't really need a CEO who is only from a specific background or from a specific what you can say graduation. Because I know people, my previous manager, she was a CSM earlier. Okay. And from CSM, she transitioned into a product management role. And when I left Cornerstone, she was already the product strategy director. Okay. Then I have one more colleague who was the Cornerstone administrator at his previous organization, and he moved to Cornerstone as a product manager. So there is really no entry barrier, just that you have to showcase your product sense and how you are going to go about the existing product, and how do you fare in the interview. That is how it is always all about.
Great, thanks for that, Virendra. We have a question from YouTube. Shrikant has asked, I am working as a business analyst in the banking domain. I have more than 12 years of experience and I want to move into product management. How can I progress into it?
Again, when you want to showcase something uh, that you are a potential candidate, I would strongly advise you to create your own product portfolio and have that link on your resume as well. Because your resume probably would be one pager most of the times, or in some cases, two pager. There, you won't be able to showcase what you understand from the product sense point of view. So, if you have your portfolio and you smartly make sure that this is being highlighted and people are visiting that website, and that is how you would be able to make your case for the product management role.
We have a similar question from Nidhi, who is asking how to transition from QA to product manager and also if certifications are necessary.
Uh, See, as necessity is not the word really in product management at all. Because as I said, as my transition was from BA to a project manager to a product manager, right? I know colleagues who have transitioned from CSM to this role, from a product administrator to the product role. So certifications is really not a necessity, but you need to find out platforms wherein you could showcase your skills. Either you create your own portfolio, or maybe try to do some certification who would be providing some kind of an assistance. So what happens is, whenever any company posts any of the job openings, right, let's say on LinkedIn, there are like hundreds of applicants. But if you are on a platform, let's say maybe Mind the Folks or IPL for that matter, the universe shrinks like crazy, right? If you are on a public community like Slack, even there would be like around 60 70 applicants, maybe more. But if you're in IPL, it would be like 30 40 candidates maybe. So the narrower that you are into that space or into that universe, the better is your probability to being selected into the product role.
Great, thanks for that. Alia has asked, what level of training did you get from IPL to upskill into product manager role?
So from IPL, I got to understand the whole 360-degree view of what product management is all about. And the assignments, or the way we were tested, it was all through case studies and the case submissions. So what that did is, whenever I used to submit a case, and everything was different, right? What the case that I was working on was different than the case somebody else would be working on. So the instructors for that particular course, or even the assessors who were going to, assess my submission and give me marks out of it, they had to deep dive into what I have done. And whenever I used to get either less marks or maybe even higher marks to an extent, but not to my liking, I used to have a one-on-one discussion with them. And I always used to get the feedback as to why they have given me those many marks. So that way, I was able to iterate on my skills and improve on those skills, whether it is user research, agile, specifically product marketing. I thought I knew all about it, but there it is like too many things in there that I did not understand really well in depth before. So that really helped.
Okay, great. Thanks for that, Virendra. We have a question from LinkedIn. Aravind has asked how to manage timeline risks in the product development process.
This is where your project management skill comes in, right? So just to give you an example, right, when I was working in the completely B2B enterprise SaaS, we had specific releases at specific points in time. And before releases, we had to commit something that this is what we are going to do, because marketing team used to pick those up and they used to create the awareness among the customers that this is what is going to come. But then in one of the releases, it so happened that there was a critical feature that we were supposed to launch in a particular release, but we were not able to, because we had a technical glitch and there were like many other things happening. So good that we found it out, like probably halfway down the line, and we were able to reword our awareness campaign so that it did not create any issues with the customers. And also, when I was also talking to the customers, I had also committed that after 6 months you are going to get this kind of a feature. But since we were not able to do so, I really communicated with all of those people in person, whom I had a one-on-one conversation. So that really helped in managing the expectations, and there was really no issues when the release came out, and we were able to successfully do it in the next release, and everything was fine. The only thing that we have to do is we always have to manage the communication very well. Come what may, whatever happens, whenever that thing happens, we always have to communicate it to whoever is the stakeholder. It could be your manager, it could be your company leadership, or it could be whoever, right? Even the existing customers. So we should always be open to communication.
Great.
I
Thanks
hope
for
that
that,
answered.
Virendra. We have Shalini who has shared that they're a software developer and want to transition into product management. Their question is, what area should I focus more on?
Mhm. As I said again, try to create your own product portfolio that would help you know more about productions, and try to showcase that kind of a skill. The reason I'm focusing more on product sense is because that is what is always being tested, and that is what is always being looked out for any in any new product manager, right? So make sure you do that. And also, whenever you are writing your resume, always try to highlight the impact that you have created, because as a software developer myself, when I started, I also, whatever we do, we always create impact in one way or the other, whether it is into page load times, whether it is into making sure that your APIs are functioning properly. And the impact that it had is maybe the customer integration was very fast. So always try to highlight that fact, and always talk outcomes. That is where your whole product management and product sense would be coming out.
Of course. Thanks, Virendra. Shalini has also asked where we can find your portfolio.
It is on my website. It is virendrajibhe.com. How can I message in here?
I think you should be able to put it in the chat if you are comfortable sharing that.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll give you a second to do that until we move on to other questions.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it in the chat. So if anyone wants to check it
Okay.
out, it's in the chat, the link. Right? Okay. Sri Ramya has asked if certifications are mandatory to become product managers.
Again, the same question. It is not necessary, not mandatory, but it does provide you with a platform. As simple as that.
Of course. After that, we have, sorry, one second. Ashwini who's asked, as product manager, what do you think if senior Scrum Master or a release train engineer will get the opportunity directly to be product manager by skipping other roles of product owner and such? If you think
Yes,
that could be
definitely.
possible.
Yes, that is possible. The only thing is that you might not start as a product manager as such, because many companies, they induct new product managers as associate PMs. But again, product management itself is a very senior role. Whether it is an associate or a senior or a lead PM, it is any which way is a leadership role, and it really is not so much for freshers as it is for the experienced people. Because whatever you do, you are going to decide the future of that company or for that product portfolio in at least for the next 2 to 3 years or so. So uh, don't even think that you are being given an associate role. That means it is a junior role which is given to freshers. That is never the case. If you are into product management, that means you are already into the leadership positions. And definitely you could transition to product team, but just that you would be moving via the associate and then to product and then higher ups.
Of course. Thanks, Virendra. We have Samarth who has asked, I think is a very good question. What are the top three skills required for a successful product manager?
Okay, that's a great question, really. So the first thing is that I understand is the product sense. What is it that you're going to build? And the way you're going to find this out is by collaborating with a lot of people. Lot means, I would say, right from the leadership to the lowest rungs of the QA team, the marketing team, the sales team. And in my case, I am also dealing with software, optics team, mechanical team, and the assembly team as well, because I'm currently working into the hardware area, transitioning from software to now to hardware plus software. So to get the customer pulse, to understand the customer feedback, to understand the operational issues, to understand the technical issues, basis this you would be able to prioritize stuff. So so in a nutshell, you need to be a very good at productions and a very good collaborator, and always trying to find out solutions for your customers. Customer is should always be at the center, come what may.
Thanks for that, Virendra. I don't see any other questions, so I think we can wrap up. I will, if anyone has any more questions, please feel free to post them. If you would like to. Until then, Virendra, I really want to thank you for joining us today and sharing your journey and your insights and tips with everyone here. Please accept the certificate of appreciation from the institute for your time and insights. The QR
Thank you
code
so
on the
much.
certificate. The QR code on the certificate will take you to a dedicated Hall of Fame page that's been created especially for you.
Great.
So thank you so much for joining us and sharing your insights and your journey and all your tips and advice with everyone. I'm sure it's everyone's gotten a lot to take away and they can start applying to
Sure.
start their
And thank
journey.
you so much to you, Harleen, to consider me for this session. And thanks to IPL as well. I have been really, associated with IPL in one way or the other. So that's really nice. And thanks to all the participants and all the questions. This was really nice, and I hope that I am able to resolve some of your queries or most of your queries. And in any case, I mean, if you want to reach out to me, always reach out to me via LinkedIn. If you have any queries, message me directly. I will try to answer, or maybe try to direct you in the right direction where you could find the answers. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time today.
Thanks for that, Virendra. Let's take one final question again from Samar, who
Mhm.
has said, it is said that product manager is a jack of all trades and king of none. Do you agree
Mhm.
with this statement? And if you do agree, what is the future of product management?
This is a good question, Samar. So the thing is that when you say it is the product manager is a jack of all trades, but the king of none or the master of none. The thing is that uh, or with respect to the future as well, you need one person who understands a lot of things and who would be able to drive this huge army of people who are working in different divisions. Because let's say if I am a QA analyst, I am just going to do the QA activities, whether it is like an SDAT or maybe manual testing, only on the piece that is coming to me. If I am a developer, I would just be working on the functional spec shared with me. Okay. If I am into marketing, I would just be selling, or rather trying to create awareness for the products that I have. As a sales, I would just be picking up the product and trying to sell it. But you would not know, like, in the future, what would should be coming up or what should be sold to the customers, what is the demand of the customers that we should build and sell it, in the probably in the near future. So a product management role is, or a product manager is like a very highly, what you can say, a critical, very critical role. And you really cannot discount what a product manager could do, because these things, there is no other role defined, who could do all of these things, combine everything together and try to make sense out of chaos, so that the company could move ahead or your product could move ahead. So there is definitely a great future. I hope I am able to answer you, Samar. And let's hope. I mean, if you have any more questions, you can definitely reach out to me. I'll try to answer that as well.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Virendra. That was a very good, very well put together answer about the future of product management. So thank you for joining in and thank you for sharing your journey and insights with everyone here.
Great, great. Thank you so much again, everyone.
Great. We'll wrap up the session now. So, thank you to all our attendees for joining in as well. I'm sure you've all had a fruitful time at this session and have some great tips and insights to, start your product management career or, continue with it. So, thank you all for joining in. I look forward to seeing you all at future sessions such as this one. I hope you all have a good rest of the evening. Thank you so much. Thank you, Virendra.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you, everyone. Bye.